You are doing something very unique, automated trading systems.
If I have a system or a strategy that is profitable, I just have to automate it because that's the only way I can guarantee it's going to be executed according to the plan. If you have a strategy, and I hope you do, if you trade a profit, you should have a strategy. And if you have this, then just try to automate this, or at least a certain part of the strategy, try to automate it, because the less decisions you have to make, the less you will expose yourself to these emotions.
The Trading Pit community. On to the next podcast here with a very special guest today. I'm very happy having him here, a topic that you guys will be burning for. It is something that we in the prop space do allow our traders, and it's something very, very interesting that can help you in your growth. Tim Hütter over here. Nice to have you here, man.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Yeah, you came with your business partner. We already chatted a little bit. You are doing something very unique, automated trading systems. Tell us a bit more about the history. How did you get in touch with the markets? What was your first touch point? Probably you haven't had automated systems from the beginning, right?
No, I started with trading. It was more like investing. It started with crypto, and I just saw how I can make money with these fluctuations, and I just shifted more and more into short-term trading, especially when the pandemic hit and the volatility spiked. I went like all in and started. I came across a bot and thought, oh, it's going to make me so much money, and it made some money for a short period of time, and then it blew. But I had this proof of concept because it made money for some time, and this just hooked me.
All right. So you got into it. You wanted to build your own system that maintains over a longer time, I guess. Account flipping is a nice thing, right? But consistency is also what we stand for in prop trading, obviously. So how has that been going for you? Have you been trading as well, like manually or directly into building the bot?
I have started with, when it comes to CFDs, I started with bots. But obviously, you know how it is with the MetaTrader. It's really intriguing. When you see, for example, a bot has a trading drawdown, you think, I could have done this better manually. And then I just went into this rabbit hole of manual trading. And it took me years to become profitable. And I had some good runs, but also very bad times mentally, because it is really hard to maintain profitability for a long period of time mentally. So I knew if I have a system or a strategy that is profitable, I just have to automate it because that's the only way I can guarantee it's going to be executed according to the plan.
All right. Yeah, like the robot, the 1, 2, 3, right? If this is happening in the markets, then my bot executes. So you talked about emotions because that is obviously a very important topic in trading. That's a benefit you don't have, right? You don't have so many emotions like trading manually with your system. What else would you say is your system providing in terms of advantages?
Well, it's just that it's going to execute the strategy the way it's supposed to be executed. There's no discretion. This can be an advantage and a disadvantage. Because a lot of manual traders, they make money because they're really good with discretion, and a bot cannot do this. But a bot it continues to execute. It doesn't matter if the previous trade was a loss. It has the same conviction on the next trade. So it's just going to play out the edge over a large enough sample size. And the manual trader will get more emotional in a winning streak and also in a losing streak. And maybe he cuts the winning streak short because of emotion, or makes the losing streak worse because of emotion.
Absolutely. Walk us back to the beginnings of you building these systems. You said you got hooked into it. You saw it can work. How did your development start? Did you do it alone? What kind of tools did you use? How did you get started? Where did you get all the information from?
Well, I have a very obsessive personality. So if I want to do something, I just try until I have it. But at first I knew, okay, I need to code, but I cannot code. So I looked at the code, tried to understand it. I didn't understand it. I just tried to change some things, but I could maybe do some edits, but I couldn't build one myself. So I just looked for a developer on Fiverr, and I started working with him, and he's built me many bots. But it was always a long, tedious process. And these developers, they are not traders, so they don't really understand your language.
Yeah.
Then I just started learning Python script, and it took me a long time. But now there's so many tools which make it really easy to build a bot. So this has evolved a lot over time.
Okay, so for the people here who are listening and don't know, you talked about the obsessive behavior that you have. Tim is also producing music. I've actually been listening to it last week. Yeah, I can imagine you sitting in your room, just fully focusing on the moment. So this helps for sure, right? Being interested and then also finding the tools to do all these developments. When it comes to the strategy, because that's also an important part, right? There can be short-term trading, scalping, high-frequency trading, swing trading. How did you decide on the strategy? What is the best?
Okay, I just spent thousands of hours with manual backtesting and just also watching the 1 minute time frame. Then I saw something, I tried something, maybe a pattern or something that happens at a specific time. There's so many things that happen over and over again in the market. So I just came up with some form of strategy and I just turned it into a bot. Every time I found something, I was like, this is it. This is going to be the super profitable strategy. I turned it into a bot. Most of the time it was not profitable. Sometimes it was, but it was not mind-blowing because it has also losing streaks. Every strategy is losing streaks.
Sure.
But over a long period of time, this can really work. So, and most of the time, the most simple strategies work the best. So I've tried very complex strategies. Also on YouTube, there's unlimited strategies.
All right. And then being able to build these strategies into a tool, testing them out, that is kind of your recipe on how to go about it, I guess. So probably you've had a lot of hurdles and then there were mistakes in the code. What is something that you would advise for if people would start, developing their own EA for prop trading as well? What are these mistakes that they should avoid at the beginning?
Yeah, most people, they just overcomplicate it. Their strategy is too complicated, which also makes it really hard to execute it flawlessly because there's so many steps. It has to be a simple strategy that is easy to execute. This way you can also turn it into bots quite easily. And then you have the data. Then you know how profitable it is. And then you can go from there, make it more efficient, more specific.
So this means you would also be with the bot. You would sit there and see the execution, look at the charts with your understanding and see what could have been better in this case. So it's a constant adaptation of making it better over time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, of course you can, at the beginning you just do manual backtest. So, and it's visual. So you see, does it execute the way it should execute? If so, or if it does, then you put it on a demo account and watch it because sometimes it's different. Then you put it on a live account and see, does it do what it's supposed to do? And if it does what it's supposed to do and it is profitable, there's always something you can improve. And that's something, it's called forward testing. You just watch it and see what you can make better.
Sure. And would you advise on looking for multiple pairs, specifically just going for, let's say, gold because it's nice and volatile and you understand the market very well? What was your start? Did you look at the whole market and try this and this and that, or did you specify?
I did. I just looked at everything until I realized there's some assets that just make more sense to trade. For example, gold and NASDAQ and S&P 500, they have a very good ratio from how much they move and how much you pay per lot. Like for the spread and commission, it's a very favorable condition. So it makes sense to trade them. Also, NASDAQ, for example, has a very specific time where it has the highest volume. So this makes it easier to come up with a very specific strategy. And let's say if you want to trade more in a range, then you're obviously more looking at currencies, but I don't recommend going with currencies. I recommend going with gold, NASDAQ, or just indices in general.
Okay, interesting. I don't want to get too specific in your strategy. That is for sure. But from the mindset and the habits, we talked earlier a little bit. Are you still tweaking these bots? Is it still something that you constantly need to take care for on the long run, or do you just let it be right now because has been proven to be consistently profitable?
I have now 3 bots. They're consistently profitable, but they do have the losing streaks. But I have tested so much, so I cannot make them better. They're so robust and really good, so I just let them be as they are. But in the meantime, I work I always work on new strategies. Like my goal is to have many different strategies that are uncorrelated. Like this, I can have a smooth equity curve for the long run.
Sure. And for our traders, is it for MetaTrader? Are you also trading futures with it? Like, what are the capabilities fully that your bots can trade on?
I focused on MetaTrader mainly, but then last year I also got into futures. When so many prop firms went down. You're still here.
Yes.
You know what happened? So I lost a lot of trust, and a lot of people told me, yeah, go with futures. It's more legit for whatever reason. And I just looked into futures, so I started developing also strategies for futures. It's pretty much the same concept.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. And also, like, the spread is not there in futures, right? So you have in your scalping bot probably better executions as well, which is a benefit for you. So I want to look a bit also with you in the future, because there is so much upcoming when it comes to technology. Do you have this on your screen? Are you looking forward to a new AI technology or something that can help you develop, test, or also develop your bot?
Absolutely. That's something that has already evolved a lot. So now it's really possible for traders to turn their strategy into trading robot without needing a developer. I don't say it's easy, you can do it within 1 hour, but it's absolutely doable. So much more traders, they will be able to automate the strategies and be more profitable long term, and approach it more from a numbers perspective instead of just gambling.
Okay, sounds good. Just to summarize this as well, and for people who want to start, what are the main things that you would like to give our traders, like on their way to become a profitable person with automated trading systems?
Well, it's simple. I mean, if you have a strategy, and I hope you do, if you trade a prop firm, you should have a strategy. So if you have it, then try to write it down in as little, or let's say in 5 steps, as little as possible, as simple as possible. And if you have this, then just try to automate this, or at least a certain part of the strategy, try to automate it. So, because the less decisions you have to make, the less you will expose yourself to these emotions.
All right, sounds great. You said you have 3 strategies. For the people out there who want to get in touch, who are intrigued to test it as well, where can they find you? What kind of services do you provide, and where are you visible for our community?
So I'm on YouTube, just Tim Hutter. I'm also on Instagram, timhutter.official. And we show people how they can turn their strategies into trading robots.
All right.
That's what I offer now. And this stuff is sometimes very simple. You want me to give an example of a strategy?
Absolutely.
Okay, for example, it's so simple. For example, the NASDAQ. When the market opens, the New York Stock Exchange open from 9:30 to 9:45, you have a 15-minute candle. It has a high and a low. That's the opening range.
So the orb.
Exactly.
Awesome. Okay.
Now, if a candle closes above this range, you can go long and have the stop loss below this candle. And then you target maybe 1-to-1 or 1-to-2, or you can trail the stop loss. This is already a strategy. And now just ask yourself, why would you wait every day for this specific candle to then see, did it close above or not, when you can automate this?
Sure.
That's how simple it is.
All right. Yeah, I've heard a lot about this orb strategy, Tim, and it's a lot of American traders use it as well, also in our community, and it seems to be working all the time, right? It's profitable.
Yeah, and there's obviously variations to it. You can trade the pullback every time it dips back into the orb, or just the first breakout, the breakout and retest. But
sure,
it's something so simple and it works.
Yeah, and it makes sense when you say, why would you wait every day for this to happen, right? It's a no-brainer to say, hey, I know that it's like 60% of the time, I hit my take profit. Let's automate this. So you say you help people out there, which is great, because I've been following you for a while. You've proven over time that you know what you're doing there. You've been building so many great solutions out there. So guys, don't hesitate to get in touch with Tim. If you need help on this development, you know that it is possible with a trading pit to use your own EA. It's great, having people like you, Tim, who shine some light into this, because we are big fans of automated trading systems, just because of the emotional factor. and the simplicity, as you mentioned. So thanks for tuning in today, Tim. Is there anything from your side that you wanna get across?
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to say that I came here and I was absolutely impressed by seeing an actual prop firm, like with an actual office, with real people, with a risk management team. So I haven't seen this before. I knew it exists, but the majority of prop firms are not like this.
Sure.
And this restored a lot of my faith in this industry. And if a prop firm is really legit, then it must be this prop firm for sure. I've never seen this in person.
Awesome. No, I'm glad you like it. I'm glad we could show you a little bit around and what we are doing here. And it's so great to get your insights. I'm sure you will also be contacted by a few of our traders, because it's a big possibility for people out there to automate their strategies. So thank you for watching today, guys. And wishing you all the best.